Jimmy, I gotta take a dump.
What?
No, I mean I need a dumpster.
Well, for all those needs, you need to call Big V Dumpster Rental, Long Island, New York, 631 900 dump. What happened to the other half?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Half of wildebeest says
She needs to
half
go
of
on a show. She needs to go on a show where the host looks like an 80-year-old trying to be 20. Is there a show out there like that?
There's probably too many of them. Go on.
All right. Anyway, Brian Blair. What were your thoughts
Yeah.
on our interview with Mr. Blair?
Oh, well, look, while we just spent the last 5 minutes riddling bullets into this laughathon that usually we're surrounded by in this business, Brian is one of the very rare ones that has always been very kind and very up to his word. I know for a fact he does a lot of great work behind the scenes. I just know it for a fact. He's a really good man, and if there were more of him, we would probably have a lot less of the trash we have to swim through on the internet every week.
Well, if you missed the interview, it was a pretty emotional interview. He kind of debunked. He didn't He debunked Bubba the Love Sponge's bullshit, which was good.
Yeah.
So, you know, the whole
That
Brooke
will
Hogan
continue.
thing. In case you missed it, he debunked that. Because she went on Bubba the Love Sponge and said that, that she tried to build her relationship back with her father, and he's saying that is absolutely not true. Right? I mean,
Right.
that's what he said, right? I'm not making
Yeah.
that up, right?
No. I still don't know what to. I know it's very personal to him, and I didn't expect him to really delve too far deep into it because it is personal. But I've always felt like Brooke wanted and expected way too much out of her father. Her father did some amazing things for her, unless I missed something. Look, I'm a musician. I have spent my whole life playing dives and then top level clubs and then theaters or whatever. I've done well, but I never got the opportunities that were handed to Brooke Hogan, who's not even a musician. And come on, that's a father. Stop it. He did some amazing stuff for her. I think at the end of the day, when Brian was saying how she had separated herself from the family, that I can't say I understand it, but I think I can
Well,
comprehend it. Comprehend it.
why do you comprehend that
I
though? Why?
comprehend it because I think at some point in Brooks' mind, and it doesn't happen very often. I guess it would depend on the celebrity I could point out, but she became a celebrity. I think she wanted absolutely nothing to do with any of it, and now is just. I
Well,
think she erased the family for the same reason that not the same reason, but the same motivations that Morrison walked away from a family to do the Doors. She walked away from the public eye to get the hell away from.
here's my
I don't
concern,
know.
dude.
It's
She
weird.
told some stories, and Brian Blair
Yeah, and
was not agreeing with those stories.
and then she talks,
Again, where
which
is it?
is yeah.
Is it just a scenario, Jimmy, where it's not
Uh,
black and white and it's just gray,
I
and
think
we
I
don't
think
ever
she
know the
stayed
truth?
angry at her. I think she stayed angry at her father.
For
Why would
what?
you?
For
Why would
what?
you? I don't know. How would I know? The bottom line is that's the vibe I get is that she's mad at dad. She's been mad at dad, and it's probably unreasonable too. A lot of it is probably very unreasonable. Sounds like her mom was awful towards her.
Well,
So
there's
it's
the
like I
thing.
really
So
don't. Maybe she just wanted more from him.
if you listen to her on Bubba the Love Sponge,
Yeah,
and you're a Hulk Hogan fan, it kind of makes you feel maybe Terry Hulk Hogan wasn't the greatest guy. So when Brian kind of said, "Nah, this isn't true,"
right.
then you kind of wonder, like, what the fuck happened? But he said she just didn't want anything to do with them anymore, and maybe.
Yeah,
Listen, dude, the dude was cheating on his wife all the time. Okay, you understand that it happens.
yeah.
There, men get, women they get tired of each other. So maybe that bothered her. And according to her, her mother was abusive. Now, again,
Yeah.
if she lied about trying to get her father to come back into her life and he refused, and Brian's saying opposite, I don't know what to believe.
Well, you know what? Linda's nutty too. So, like, I don't know how far the apple rolled from the tree when it comes to Brooke and Linda. I really don't.
Yeah, but let's be honest, Jimmy. If you were married, I'm putting
Mm-hmm.
you in a different place. If you were married and your spouse was consistently cheating on you, but you didn't want to leave because you have a certain type of lifestyle. I
No,
mean, couldn't
no,
that make you
no.
nutty?
Yeah, no, none of that would work. You don't
Could you
stay.
understand it though?
No, I don't understand staying. Not in her case. She could divorce him the first time he cheated, and he's worth a fortune then too. So what's the difference? You're going to get something for it one way or the other. You don't hang around it. You don't patronize it. You don't do that. Don't you have any self-worth? You don't do that.
Well, let's
You
stay on Hogan for a
don't
minute.
do that.
Yesterday afternoon, we had former WWE superstar Karrion Kross in here. I understand he's no Princess Victoria, but he was on the show. Let's play what he had to think about Hulk Hogan, and he's a younger generation guy.
Unfortunately, I wanted to get your thoughts on. It's really disturbing me that Hulk Hogan cannot rest in peace. Any thoughts on Hogan? What he meant to you? What he didn't mean to you? His death and the all the fallout for one of America's true heroes. When I was a kid, growing up there in the '80s. Any thoughts on Hogan?
Yeah, I see it from all sides. Um, I actually feel the worst for people who have a personal relationship with him that can't grieve or talk about him publicly. I feel really bad for them, man, because it's like, I don't know, that's somebody's father, that's somebody's uncle, somebody, you know what I mean? Like to try to talk about him publicly and be attacked. I feel bad for them. I also feel bad for people that knew him that felt slighted for the stuff he said. And I never even knew that he said all of that stuff. I actually found out about it in 2020. I'm not like the sharpest guy when it comes to keeping up with a lot of social stuff going on in general. I kind of live in a little bit of a bubble, admittedly.
Hmm.
But I'm glad at least that I was able to have him as a part of my childhood watching wrestling growing up. I had that, which I thought was cool. And he's responsible for much of the success of the business in a way where a lot of people can make a living in it right now, presently. It's a shame that this stuff that happened is going to follow him.
Karrion Kross, Jimmy, thoughts?
Very well spoken. Very hard to argue with. He sees both sides of the coin, and that was really well said. I couldn't disagree with anything he said there. He was a great talk too.
Gotta tell you, guy
He was a great
pressed the
talk.
living shit out of me, Jimmy. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
we only had a
Yeah.
short time with him, guys. He's doing his book tour, and of course, he only goes on the top shows on the networks. So, if anyone doesn't believe we're a top show, there's your answer. Let me just keep patting ourselves on the back because that's what we do here at
Wait,
Monte The
wait a minute.
Pharaoh.
Well, hold on. He's not on with Princess Victoria next week?
No, he is no Princess Victoria. You know what I'm
No.
saying?
Let's not get ridiculous. Old school.
Can you make the cat say? Forget it.
The cat thinks the business is an absolute travesty. The cat wants treats. That's what the cat wants. Would you get off me? I mean, God, this cat. Go on.
So it still bothers me of all the people that did not show up for the tribute. Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley, New Day. Paul Heyman not showing up is still bothering the shit out of me, Jimmy. I
Well, it
don't
should.
get it. I am shocked. This guy, I mean, listen, I certainly understand if you're Jewish and you've been oppressed, which the Jews have, you're African American. I totally get that too. If you're homosexual, I get that too. But again, the guy's human. He certainly, without a doubt, you can call him a racist, right? Because if the words come out of your mouth, it's one way or another. You're an anti. If you, Brian said, there isn't one person on the planet that in a bad time something didn't come out of their mouth, whether it was towards Italians, Irish, Jews, Catholics, whites, blacks, Chinese. And I challenge anybody in our chat right now to say that they haven't had a moment. But
Well,
the fact of the matter is,
Mike, that's the difference. I don't think Hogan was a racist. I think he had racist thoughts, just like we all have. Continue.
well, Jimmy, let me ask you this. If
Yeah.
you use a racist word Are you a racist?
You are thinking in racial terms. Does it make you a racist? I mean, to me, a true racist is the extreme, just like anything else.
And Yard Ape says, don't forget about Polish jokes, right?
Yeah,
How many people haven't told the Polish joke? I mean, come on now.
It's open season, and you know what? Yeah, it links to me. But I'll tell you what. Once upon a time, having the name Karen was perfectly normal. Anybody stop to think what it's done to people named Karen?
That's true. That's a great point, Jimmy. That's a legit point, bro. That is a legit point.
I couldn't be more serious. And Mike, I know you'll downplay this, but back in the day, you know, with Wally World and Marty Moose and Vacation, anybody named Wallace was going to have a rough day at the office.
Absolutely. Listen, man. So here's the thing. Someone makes a racist comment. Yes, in the pure form of it, you're a racist.
It's a form of racism.
But in reality of it,
you're not Hitler.
You're probably not. Like, we're friends with Tony Atlas. We're friends with Tony Atlas. Tony Atlas is a black. Murdoch. Tony Atlas is a black man, right?
Yeah. Last I checked.
Right. And right. And we've had conversations about this. And you know, the fact of the matter is that words are said through emotion and anger and upsetting. And you know what?
And division.
And division.
People forget that we all are born into division. We're all born into it, and then we want to judge each other like, oh, how dare you think that way? What are you talking about? What, we all didn't grow up in neighborhoods where if you went to the next block, guess what it is? Or if you went to this block, guess who lives over there? Blah, 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 blah. It's always been that way. And it's the same way it's the same way in jail, too, by the way.
And by the way, Jimmy, I'm going to say this, and I need your opinion on this.
Yeah.
I have my whole life respected people that were on the left side of the road and on the right side of the road. I've never respected people that drove the middle of the road, because in the middle of the road, when the shit hits the fan, they're nowhere near you. So guess what? I'd rather have somebody that thinks one way against me or with me. Right. But when you act like, and the reality of it, you'll just go wherever the